my name is Amit and I am back with the next episode of the Test Talk Show. In our previous episodes, we have met with a lot of software testers from the industry who spoke about their lives, about the work they do, and about what they want to do in future. And today, with utmost luck, I have with me Mr. Ashwath. Ashwath is a good friend and a colleague at Moolya. He's been with us for over 6 years now. We've worked together all this while. Ashwath, I think, brings more than 12-15 years experience in software testing. It doesn't look like he looks like 26 years old now.
Yeah.
So we'll move to Ashwath. Ashwath, you can help us with your introduction, where you're from, what you've done, anything that comes to your mind.
Yes. Hey guys, thanks first of all for having me here. My pleasure. And I've been in testing industry for almost 15 plus years now. I started my career with where I was just running the test cases or probably executing somebody else's test cases, right? So we didn't have any clues on what we were doing, and that's where my journey started. And over a period of time, I spent close to a decade there, then switched to product company, then finally landed in Moolya. Apart from this, that is my profession. My passion is into fitness, nutrition. I've done a lot of courses. I've trained so many people on health, fitness and nutrition. Yeah, this is my both sides.
Great to know that. I think for most part of this conversation, my assumption is about 60% will be on the fitness and 30-40% might be on testing. Okay. So which year did you join?
I joined in 2009, end of 2009. Okay. It's almost like 15 years now.
So it was like the recession time, 2008?
Yeah, that was a recession. And I was into production support.
Okay.
All right. We didn't have much options there. The product was from US customer. I used to log in at night 10:30, log off at 7:30.
Oh, wow.
All right, morning. So almost for 2 years, I didn't see the sun, literally. Right. I used to sleep whole day. Even the same applies on the weekends. So we didn't get the sleep
body
night,
clock
right?
Stays like that.
Yeah. So bio clock was so used to that. So that's how I was. So that's how I started.
So did it have an impact on your health?
Yes,
that 2 years?
Definitely. I would say that was a boon, than a bane, because I could see there was some disturbances in my health, and with respect to I used to be a little fatigued throughout the day, not active, because it's complete shift on the biological clock, right? Yeah. So after a period of time, I could see my body changes in my body, right? Maybe fat got accumulated. I was not looking good, right? So that's when it started. Okay, let me do something about this. Earlier to that, I was not into fitness. I didn't know anything about this, right? So I would say that was a boon for me.
So did you start focusing on your health after the 2 years?
In between, maybe after 1 year. Yeah, after 1 year I could see. So that's when I started. Okay, I should do something. Then the only option way back, right? So that time we didn't have much on yoga or nutrition, or the fitness industry was not that popular. Like if you go back 15 years back. Right. So it was a gym, a typical, old school gym where we had this iron. Right. So that's how I went. Trainers were also not so knowledgeable, but still I could go and do something. Something is better than nothing to start off. Right. So that's how I started my fitness journey.
Did you continue since then, or there were breaks in between in your fitness journey?
I was consistent, surely, because I could see minor result, which I liked it.
Right? And then stopped.
Then I continued. But it was not on a regular basis, not every day, or not supported with right nutrition, because there was no concept of nutrition way back then. We didn't know for example, what are carbs, proteins, fat, fiber. We didn't know anything. Just go around, lift, and we didn't have that fancy smartphones also to click pictures and see before and after transformation or upload on a social media. It was not there, right? So you could see some changes, but I was feeling better. maybe weekly 3-4 days I used to go, but I was consistent.
I think the right motivation. A lot of people want to get fit, but what's the motivation? How bad is the situation is also it pushes you through.
Yes, definitely. There will be always ups and lows. What I could see is when people start, why they give up easily is they want quick results, which certainly not happens, right? Same in testing. The moment you hit the project, you can't be a superstar in the team, right? So you have to start slowly. Obviously, you'll make mistakes and you'll not get results. So you have to just wait patiently, do the same thing repeatedly, learn from the mistakes and progress.
So, going to testing, what was even before that? What was your graduation in?
I was in electronics and communication.
And this is
engineering.
When did you pass out?
2008 October. Yeah.
Why did you choose graduating in BTech or in engineering at that time?
See, typical mindset. At least my dad, based on his friends, maybe peer pressure, you could say, he wants me to study engineering. He told all the neighbors, all my friends, children are engineering. You also study engineering. So we didn't have any option. We had only in that particular college. I had only electronics. Okay. So I didn't have any choice.
Towards the end, did you think you would want to go in software testing or something?
No. I certainly didn't. Because electronics, I was also, looking for this VLSI, something ICs. So we were studying that 3G, 2G, all those stuffs there, right? So that's what I thought. Because of my background, that's what job I would get or I should be moving. The scope was very limited, like electronics, isn't it? Electronics and communication. And I searched. I couldn't find any opportunity in these fields. Then I started giving to the software companies, like typical IT.
So how did you land up in? What happened?
Had an interview where off campus. It was off campus, right? Then we had certain conditions. You need to score at least maybe 60% in each sem, and you should not have any backlog before you sit. And it was, I don't know, luckily I could able to get through. But after getting through is what I could say hell kind of. 6 months they'll nicely grind you in Mysore, and the marks you should score in each subject was 85. So that was a period where I actually learned, I could say. Okay. It could be typical IT, because in electronics, if you see, there is no computers or IT or software. We didn't have, maybe one elective subject we had, very basics of C, C++ and OOPS concept, right? So that's where I learned, like could be RDBMS, very in-depth knowledge. So that I could say that is my actual degree.
Was that helpful in your job also as a production support?
That was. And little bit touched upon software testing also, like complete software development life cycle. So they touched upon each and every, like design, how it happens.
How did you move from doing production support to software testing?
Yeah, in production support, our umbrella was testing.
On the production?
Yes, on the production. So it was an insurance claim basically. So a customer calls, okay, there is a issue. So immediately the developer fix and it comes. Yeah, it comes immediately. So we used to test and close the ticket because it was live. So that's why we used to support the US timings.
Okay.
Yeah, it can come anytime.
Got it. How big a team did you have?
It was around, I think 40 plus.
Did it happen like over the night, now no issues are coming, or there would be issues every day?
Well, it depends. Beginning of the month, because the lot of EMIs will get deducted on insurance beginning of the month, maybe 1 to 10. First 10 days we had lot of work, at least till 15. Later it used to dip.
So you did a couple years, right? 8-9 years there.
8 years, 8 plus.
So then what happened after those 2 years? How did you change?
Right, after production support, like I requested, I am not able to manage with night shift. It's all done. So they put me in the project, right, where, as I told, I used to just execute the test cases written by somebody. I didn't have any clues, right? So we know, okay, this is the cycle. Okay, this is how it comes. My part is execute. Okay, I'm done. I'm happy. Okay, lesser the test case, we were happy. Oh my God, only this much, I'm done with my job. So, but we didn't have any context on that. Why I'm doing, what is my role here, who has written, what is the requirement, nothing. Oh, steps, verify these steps. Okay, pass, fail, put a screenshot, done. That was our typical work for probably next 2-3 years.
When did you feel that this is not, what you would want to do?
Yeah, after few years, like, okay, then I decided, okay, this is what I need to make a career out of this testing. I studied this ISTQB book and I gave a certification. I got, I think 97, only one question was wrong. So that's when I got more, even I can do this, right? And that book was very conceptual, like way back, that was like Bible of testing. Now, of course, you have a lot of materials. So there we didn't have much YouTube videos also, if you go 10 years back, right? So that book gave me a very good picture on testing, why it's important. So earlier it was more of development driven, right? Testing is kind of cornered. Okay, for namesake, okay, testing is there, you do, that's all. But mostly it was driven by development. But then I realized that, okay, yeah, even testing has rather equal space or more than development. So that's when I realized I need to move in this field.
So while doing these 2-3 next years, now you have done almost 6-7 years in that period. Fitness continued or it paused?
It paused a bit, but I was going not in a very serious mode, right? So I was focused on my career. Okay, that time I knew, okay, I need to build in this field. I need to shape up my career, learn new tools. So way back it was all QTP, load runners. You remember that was automation, right? So that's what all our friends were talking. Oh, learn silk test, you'll get good job, right? So that was my focus. And this was just going for half an hour, 40 minutes and go. We didn't have any fitness goal as such, but I was going and coming.
You liked
I was feeling good. So weekly 4-5 days.
When did you actually completely started focusing on fitness as an important piece of your life?
Probably, when my shift got changed to general shift, luckily we had a huge campus, Electronic City, and you have 2 gyms.
Oh, inside?
Yeah, inside. It's a huge gym.
Very nice.
Probably way back in Bangalore, you didn't have any such a luxurious big gym, right, in outside. So there we had swimming pool. We have a lot of options, 2-3 swimming pools and shuttle court. It was a huge campus, right?
So everybody on bench enjoys.
Yes, they enjoy. Yeah. Even I was there. I enjoyed that kind of honeymoon period for sure. They built a new building. I'll tell you how I got motivated. It was like a round shape, okay, maybe this bottle shape. And here is a food court around. And here is a gym. It's full transparent. So you're working out, people can see. Right? And you can also see people.
So somebody who's supposed to be working on a project, if he's in the gym, so people will know.
Yeah. They know, and they obviously know. So that's when I got motivated. Okay, let me also try.
Good, yeah.
Right? So, and you had a juice bar outside. The moment you step out, you have all the food also ready. You used to get sprouts. So this kind of motivated. I saw results coming up. So that's when I thought, okay, nutrition also plays some important role. Then probably 2015, 10 years back, one of my friend referred me to a nutrition course. Right, I did a nutrition course for 15 days. A person from Coimbatore came and took a class.
That's when on it?
Yes.
How much did you pay for it?
Way back, I think 12K I paid.
Okay. I think, so one of the things that I was talking to a lot of people previously also is in India, not just in India, I mean our context is India, so we know India, maybe outside as well. But once we start on a job and once money starts coming in as an income, very few people spend more money to learn.
Yes.
Within the same craft. Very few people spend money to learn some other craft, which is very, very low number.
True.
So given that so much information is available at so many places, right, today, for somebody to spend money to even, learn nutrition, very few. Yeah. So then you joined the program, and how big was the program? How many days?
It was 15 days over the weekends.
Okay.
Right. Every Saturday, Sunday I used to go. It was in Indranagar. I dedicated, okay, I need to learn something.
What were you trained on there?
It was on basic nutrition from anatomy, physiology, right? So that's when I understood what you put in your body is so important, because the doctor explained me so well each and every organ, how it is interrelated. See, the moment you put one spoon of morsel of grain or anything, how each and every organ responds to it, how it breaks down. So that was very, very fascinating to me. Like, oh
was
my
it a
God.
doctor or like
He was a doctor.
So it was
He was a doctor, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So that's when I understood. So in medical terms, he explained. So that's when I got to know, okay, nutrition is so important and nobody is paying attention. Just working out is probably 20%, because 24 hours, 1 hour we work out, which is 4%. Rest 96%, what you do throughout the day, what you put really matters.
True.
So that's when I understood, okay, yeah, nutrition is probably 10 times bigger than your just workouts.
So, when did you shift into coaching yourself?
After nutrition, I tried all those things, whatever I had learned, means how much protein you required, how much carbs you required. So I'll give one simple example, right? See, 1 gram of, when people want to lose fat or build muscles, they're in calorie, because end of the day, calorie in, calorie out, right? So 1 gram of carbs is 4 calories. So 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. How many know this? Correct. Right? Not many. Correct. For example, 2 tablespoons of your ghee you put, like it's equivalent to 10 gram, 90 calories you got. To just burn 2 spoons, you need to walk for probably 45 minutes. Wow. But it's not related. Nobody understands this. Correct. Right? So that's how I understood, okay, what is protein, how much calories it has, what is fiber, how much is the daily requirement, what is RDA, how much UN suggest. So all these things I went deeper. I went so deep. I did a lot of other courses. I did my masters. I did my PhD. So many things happened in that last 10 years.
So after you joined a product company.
Yeah, AstraZeneca.
When was this?
This was before joining Moolya. 2 years I worked.
15, 16.
Yeah. 2 years I worked in.
What work?
Pharmaceutical company. Pure pharmaceutical, which was
clinical
trials. And your Covaxin was produced by.
What were you testing there?
Okay, so why I joined? That's an interesting part. So the QA director was right. He works closely with. Okay. They're all called as maybe father or founders of exploratory testing. One of my friend, see, when at the end of, I understood the concept of, that was very early stages of exploratory testing, what you can do different, like what we call Moolya way of testing, right? So way back I understood. So took my final round of interview, right? Okay. So yeah, he asked me questions on Oracle heuristics way back. Nice. Yeah, he was the one took, and there was she's a very, if you see the social world of testing, these people are very top on publishing these articles, like Pradeep, how we do. Pradeep also has referred so many times. Okay. Her name. So her article on Oracle heuristics, that's when I learned, because she has given a very simple way with very lively day-to-day examples. That's when I understood the concept of Oracle heuristic, because it's always confusing, isn't it? So yeah, there I got a lot of knowledge going through all the blogs, right? Then I could give the interview because I was interested, and yeah, we took my interview. There it was purely, so there the concept was to take out the traditional way of testing and put the exploratory testing. That's why they were looking for people who does this. And there my manager was, she has worked in Moolya. Oh, okay. Yeah, Jyoti and Ashok. Okay. They have already, you know, right? So that's when we connected, because how I know Jyoti or Ashok was, when I was working, one of the clients were,
they were.
Yeah, they were in. We used to go every 2 days. Our testing team, we used to go there every 2 days. We used to go to client place. That's when we got to know. So there, by then we had good network. So they referred.
Got it, got it. So then now you're all around 2017, 2018. You've done some courses also in nutrition,
Yeah.
fitness, health. When did you start your PhD?
PhD in lockdown.
For 2020.
Yeah.
What made you do a PhD in?
See, I was after gymming, after I competing, right? I went to very deep into.
When did you start competing, by the way?
First competition was 2018 after joining, immediately after joining Moolya.
So
I joined in October, I competed in November.
what?
That was Mr. Bangalore.
Who guided you for such competitions?
I used to go and see the competitions.
Oh, you used
Yeah, I used to go and see the competition with friends, right? Whenever it used to happen, just go and see what will happen actually. When they call Mr. Bangalore, how many people know what is Mr. Bangalore, right? So I used to go and see what happens actually, what category, how they pose, all these things. I've attended so many. So I was also wondering, can we have this kind of physics? It's impossible, right? So I had that dream. Let's see the stage from the other side. Why always see the stage? Let's see the audience also. Then I followed a lot of social media influencers. So I had this knowledge. I studied a lot after that. Then started implementing on me and I could see the results, right? So that's when I thought, okay, why not? Let's start from small competitions. There was one competition which was coming up in 2 months. So Mr. Bangalore. So let me start there. Let's see what happens. Okay. Nothing wrong. Let's go and try. I was not up to the mark, definitely, because that was my first. I didn't know what to pose, how to pose, how to talk to judges. I didn't know. But I could manage 5th place. I got 5th place when I was in Moolya in that Jayanagar office. So that's when I started. Then I understood, okay, this is not my plate. So I should, because you need a lot of preparation, I understood. Then I took a break. I went deep, understood. And then again started competing. Then I took a break from gymming and switched to yoga. Okay. Because my wife is in 2018. This is in 2019, right? My wife is a senior yoga instructor. Okay. She has almost more than a decade. She used to always tell me, you try yoga, leave gym. We had a conflict always. I used to gym, she used to tell yoga. So I thought, okay, let me try. Right? So after lockdown, gyms were closed. We were not able to step out. So I didn't have any option because I was very active that time. I was not able to sit idle. So I told my wife, okay, it's time now. Come on to the terrace, teach me. So I don't know, God's grace, I was able to pick up yoga so soon, especially the terms, the Sanskrit names of all the asanas. I was able to pick up very well, very soon. Probably I was able to teach others in probably 3 months. And my body also, maybe I was into fitness for long term. My body supported. And people tell people who have big muscles will not have flexibility and vice versa. Right? I didn't see in my body. I was able to do stretching also. I was able to build muscles also.
So I know you also go to ISKCON and other places to coach.
Yeah,
when did that start?
It started after lockdown 2021.
So today, how passionate do you feel towards fitness?
Very passionate. Yeah, very passionate, because that's what I feel. Whatever I am today, it's because of my fitness journey or my yoga, especially yoga, than fitness or change yoga. Because when I learned yoga, I did masters in Kundalini yoga. It's all chakra meditation. Okay. That was in Coimbatore. Okay. That was also before lockdown.
Okay. Oh, before lockdown.
Yeah, before lockdown. So I could understand there was so much to learn in yoga.
What has changed in your life after doing yoga?
Probably the bliss. I don't know. I'll be always happy, irrespective of the situation. I know it's temporary. So that bliss and understanding the higher purpose of life. And
what is the higher purpose of life?
Higher purpose of life, it's very maybe
So
I could say.
You have to do yoga first.
Yeah, yoga first, but I think it's from different perspective. If you see yoga, the word yoga, right? It is YOGA. It is derived from the Sanskrit word called yuj, YOG. Yuj in Sanskrit means to connect or to link. to connect to the higher purpose. Means you can call to connect the self to the higher self, soul to the super soul, all Atma to Paramatma, or somebody superior than us. There is somebody superior than us certainly in this universe, right? To connect to them is yoga.
Just slightly digress, going away from our conversation, but because you're talking about this connecting Atma to Paramatma, right? Do you think yoga, is there a religious boundary to yoga that only this
No.
group of...
No. For example, is there a religious boundary to Surya, sun? Right? You can't tell, no, I'm this religion, so only sun is for me, or moon is for me, air is for me.
Correct.
These are all 5 elements, right? Panchabhutas. It's for all.
Correct.
So yoga is also for... Is there a religion boundary for gymming or swimming or cycling? No, right? Yoga is also nothing related to religion. Anybody can do. It's a universal.
But I was asking because it has those links to you said about...
Yeah, it has that links. It has that link because the roots, if you see, it's from Sanatan Dharma. The roots of yoga is from Indian, like Patanjali Maharshi, if you take. That's why we also start from Om, right? It's not OM, it's AUM. Again, if you see, NASA has recently told, if you go outside the space, when the earth revolves and rotates, the sound is produced is Om. So it's universe, it's not religious, right?
Today it is global.
Yeah, it's global. That's why International Yoga Day.
Yeah. So coming back to the software testing part, 2018 you joined Moolya. What is the one difference you see in your work here compared to work that you had already done 8-9 years in your experience?
Yeah, we didn't have much context, or it was, I could say, it was a very large. We had 250 people in a project and around 100 plus testers, and you do good, you don't do good. It was very negligible, right? Not visible. Your efforts were okay. 100% you put, 200% you put. Okay, that was okay, because it was like ocean, right? One drop. If you go out or join in, it was literally doesn't make any difference. I don't remember.
The process was so strong.
Yeah.
That everybody were part of those boundaries.
Yes, it was because we didn't have any other things to. It was all set, predefined. Okay, these are what you need to do. These are what you need to. That's what. End of the day, manager, you have to report. Okay, this is what he gives the task. You do and report.
I think what happens is when you have such large teams, it becomes really important to have that process. Otherwise, it's very difficult to manage it.
Yes.
So, you saying something? Yeah.
And visibility was very less. As I told, it really
individual visibility.
Yeah, and I see, out of the 100 testers, I didn't know 50% of them. Right, half of them have not met because it's all small. Although the project was big, small chunks. We didn't know what other person is doing. I mean, no interaction. So, common problem statement, there was no interaction. Maybe that person is already facing, or he has a solution for that. Those interactions were really missing since it was a huge team. Maybe that is also one of the challenge. And it was all predefined, as you told, because it was mostly driven by the clients.
Yeah. So yeah, the difference you're saying is there you did not have a visibility per se.
Yeah.
But here you got visibility.
Yeah, here definitely. Yeah, smaller teams were an advantage. And when I was working there, I learned this exploratory testing and SBTM, context driven, because the Dynamics was core into this, right? Somehow it didn't go well for the team which was present in India. There was kind of conflicts between why you have to bring this, why not that. So unfortunately, the QA director had to leave, and it was kind of shattered because we didn't know what to do now, what next. So that's when my manager there, whom I was reporting, he worked in Moolya already, so he referred, you want to continue in this? Better join Moolya, because I have not seen any other company than Moolya. Okay, then I thought, okay, Moolya, because I want to go into this.
That journey.
I was into core agile we had. Like, we never used to write test cases. It was more test ideas. There only I learned test charters, what are test ideas, all these things, SBTM, how to put SBTM notes.
I think this problem statement that you mentioned, where when a new thought process, a CDT thought process comes in a existing traditional software testing process, a lot of backlash And then sometimes CDT has to lose. And a lot of times actually this has to lose.
Yeah, it has.
So
I
new thought
experience.
process has to lose because the existing people are comfortable doing that.
Yes.
People know that. They feel safe doing it, so they continue on it.
Yeah, true. Very reluctant people were there. I don't know, maybe their perspective might be right. I can't comment. But they were not open to this. We tried our best. The director tried his best. He couldn't. So, yeah.
So then, that's why you shifted to Moolya.
Yes.
And now that you've completed 6-7 years, what is one thing that keeps you going?
In Moolya, certainly, here you have space to talk, right? You can put your way forward, you can put your thoughts, you can suggest whether they take the suggestion or not. Then that becomes ego. Oh, why don't you? At least they are welcoming our suggestion. Then at least they give some time or kind of due respect to our suggestion. And if that doesn't work, at least somebody is there to tell, okay, this is how it is. So that is what is required, right? And also obviously the culture, that's when I almost like it's going to be equal to what time I've spent in Infosys. And here willingness, there I didn't have any options. Although here I have choices, but still why I'm been having long journey because of this aspect, like culture, kind of family, right? I love. End of the day, it's all about how much you like, right?
Now, given that you have done now 15-16 years, right? It's a long time.
Yes.
And having that, the urge to wake up, go back and do that. And one thing that I've seen in Moolya is you get to do different type of work.
Yes.
It's not repeated. So that actually saves you from doing it again and again. And you are okay doing it. So, but out of all these good things, you have to tell me one thing where you have failed at. What was it that you failed at and then you thought, you recognized, this did not work out for me?
Failed. Initially I failed. Switching the context, right? When we had to, lead multiple projects. So for the client, you are the only lead, right? But for you, you have many clients. So initially, for example, I am having a call, right, with one of the clients. So client is asking, okay, last week, this is what we discussed. Okay. So cut the call, immediately join next call. It is totally different domain, totally different context, different project altogether. Suddenly, client tells, recalling that. Switching that context was very challenging. I failed a lot of times. I was blank, right? So this was one of the biggest challenge.
How did you solve that?
Yeah, how did I solve? Then I took some time, made a lot of preparation. Okay, so tomorrow I have 3 clients I have to meet. So go back, what was discussed last time. So I was not making notes. So that was one of the biggest reason for my failure. I made a lot of notes. Okay, this is what you might ask. I have all the answers. So that when I go switch to the next call, I have my notes. So the recalling, I was not able to take so much time or not able to stress out my brain since I have notes. So this helped me so then you keep on practicing, then you will able to pick up. But initially,
note making is very important.
It helped me a lot, certainly. Or else I wouldn't have. At one time I was like 13 projects. That was my ace. It was not easy.
Not easy. So when you started working, the kind of skills you had and the kind of people you worked with, and today when the kind of people you work with today, the kind of new people who are joining software testing, how do you see any difference first of all?
Yeah, a lot of difference.
And what?
Definitely. Way back we didn't have much. First of all, social media was not that active, right? Way back, and we didn't have this much of notes or this much of content on testing on YouTube or other platforms, right? We had very limited softwaretesting.com. I remember that's where I used to.
There was a website.
Yeah, way back. So that's where we used to have all
texture. I remember is Guru 99.
Guru 99 also still you have. That is also. So very limited, but used to read everything, right? Very limited, but whatever content used to, we think, okay, that's what true. That is the fact.
Correct.
We didn't have any other.
No questioning the content.
Yes. So now people are very smart. They have in college only they know how to
Yeah, correct.
shape up the career. Okay, I want testing. They go deep in testing. We have courses like what Moolya does offering. Way back we didn't have this many options,
Correct.
and people are smart now. They know.
Correct.
And testing, most importantly, testing has given utmost importance now.
Yeah.
But way back we didn't have
Yeah.
anything.
Did it socially, when you went into a job and you're in the testing department, there are other people in dev department, did you in the workplace feel like that you're doing something which is inferior to somebody else?
Yes, definitely.
And this was,
They were kings, right? We were soldiers.
Yeah.
So
how was this, like, who enforced this? Like, was the project manager enforcing it, developers enforcing it? Who was enforcing
the
it?
culture was in such a way, we thought this is how it is.
Oh, okay.
Nobody were there to tell us, no, it is equal or in par. Right? This is how it is. Okay. Because it comes in development life cycle, we thought, okay, that is a hierarchy. We didn't see like this, we saw like this. Oh yeah, top. Oh, devs are top than us. Last is testing, of course. Right? Then push. So that's how we thought, okay, we are just helping them or assisting them under them. So this was a concept.
And the nurse.
Yeah, doctor and the nurse, certainly. Good
So
analogy.
is it like that now in your projects?
No, now certainly it's all shifted, right? Way back. It's equal. Like we all know, like now the world knows. It is all the, cycles or the teams are equally important.
Also, there are projects where testing teams not have enough influence.
Yeah, see, all these big companies are kind of big entrepreneurs, right? Enterprises. So still they follow the same because they've been used to that tradition, that culture, that model.
So then those testers today, what can they do? If they are in a team like that where you were initially, what do you think retrospectively you could have done to challenge that ecosystem, and what they can do today to challenge that ecosystem?
First, they should have the knowledge, right? They should have certain data points to challenge them. See, world is going. See, way back we didn't have any option, or neither we had a company called Moolya 15 years back where we can show them and challenge. Now there are a lot of companies
Options
which are following.
there,
at least they can suggest. Okay.
Those examples.
Yes. Now almost if you see all the startups, they're so quick. Right? They give equal importance to testing. They give space to testing. Okay, you take the charge. You decide whether I have to release this or not to prod. Earlier it was not. Dev used to decide, okay, your testing done, okay, give back, I'll decide. So now it's not the case. So this liberty if they give, you can challenge them. You can also show your capability.
The testers today are more courageous and they do it.
Yes. One of my projects also we have, the complete release cycle has been given to us, right, to Moolya. So you take care. You don't want, stop it. You have all the authority.
So while I think there are negative points to that also, but let's focus on positive. But I was saying, the question I was going to come to was, freshers, like juniors who join today, do they have that amount of courage today or not?
It depends on whose hands they fall in, right?
Team, the environment.
Team, could be their lead, how the culture is in. Like if they fall in same team, what I started with, obviously they'll not have that courage. So honestly, we never used to open our mouth. Right? So whatever that they used to tell, we used to do and give, go home. It depends on.
That space was not there.
Yeah, and it was huge team, right? All like 40 senior testers or leads are talking, what will we can pitch in? So that is also one of the concept. But here you have smaller chunk where you have liberty to talk and accepting things.
I remember, I remember saying this to somebody, that in Moolya, we get freshers, juniors, right? Some juniors do very well in one team, and same juniors, if picked from one team to another team, they might not be able to do great. It depends a lot on the team environment, and not Moolya team environment, the client team environment, and a lot of factors around that.
Definitely.
So that has an impact on how a person performs.
Yeah, that's true.
Ashwath, what's your view on AI? Where a lot of people, are happy and are not happy as well. That what if AI takes away their job, and especially in software testing. So what is your view about it?
Yeah. See, we should be happy about it. Definitely not lament on it, right? AI is it is a buddy for you. So you leverage very smartly and get your work done in a better way. Because I've led 3 projects on AI, core AI, ML and AI. I know how things work, and it certainly need not to be scared. It certainly will not replace you. definitely, because end of the day, AI is also a programming language where a human intervention is needed. It's not like AI will do everything, right? As I told, it is a buddy. You need to smartly leverage on it. Then you can do better work. Because I've seen core AI and ML projects, how it works. So that's when I've been telling. So I've done a topic on AI in testing, exclusively how we can leverage artificial intelligence tools in testing. I think for Moolya and for LinkedIn I've done.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think it's on LinkedIn. You can all
There are
watch.
actually two ongoing discussions internally in Moolya AI as well, where it is how do you leverage AI to increase productivity of software testers, and how do you create talent that can test AI products also. So both the things.
Yes,
And I
yes.
think a lot of work is happening internally and externally on the using of AI for better productivity. So co-pilot for developers. And similarly, co-pilot, there's a version of it which is used by testers also. You click on a button, it generates code for you that you can copy and then start to add to your work. So yesterday the amount of the time that it would take 2.5 hours, that today might take 20 minutes.
Yes. Yes.
So that's good, increases.
Yeah, that's.
So we should find more tools like this. We are actually planning to come out with a program also.
Yeah, we have a lot of tools. There is one tool I don't want to name because I have not told this to anyone, because the team should not completely depend on those tools.
Correct.
There is a tool which generates exact test cases as you write, right? At least near 90% I would say. So why I don't want to reveal this is, if I tell my team, they use those tools and they might
lose the edge.
So that's what I told. Now
I think
get your skills.
Once you have done a 1 to 10, you use it to go to maybe 12 to 13, 14.
So they keep asking, I tell, give me some time, another 2 months, you do annually, then I'll tell you. So it's a very good tool. You need to explore. I keep exploring. So it beautifully writes. Maybe 10 minutes, in 10 minutes, 50 test cases you can write. Can you believe this? Right? That's absolutely.
So now what's your message to new testers who are joining us? What can they do
in testing space? First of all, to start off with, obviously the traditional way of testing is important because that's what is the base, right? When you start with that, also try to see what other things are there in testing space, like SBTM you have, context driven testing you have, like explore things. And also don't quickly jump into automation testing. Nowadays I get a lot of pings within also, right? So, okay, I've spent 2 years, when can I switch to automation? I tell how many domains you have worked on, how many clients you have seen, how many products you have seen, right? Have you done deep testing? First learn, keep your foundation strong. I'm not against automation. It's good that you have this, aspiration to become automation engineer. Good, but at least set the base. Don't rush or don't jump in. Spend good time understanding things. There are so many problems which a tester can solve, certainly, right?
I think overall, as you said, right, building your foundation strong, and not just the work that you're doing in that project, but going beyond it.
Yes.
Reading more about testing, reading more about Oracle's heuristics. I think very few people know about Oracle's and heuristics in software testing.
Yeah. So these things, they should.
Those, if people start focusing on it, and automation can be done any day.
Yeah, they can. If they have foundation stuff, they can pick up.
Maybe do it on the project itself, whatever you're working on.
You can do a POC and showcase, right? Showcase your talent. So it's kind of assisting the automation, assisting the functional team. They think it's completely different domain.
There are many other things like within testing, accessibility, usability, UI, UX.
Accessibility is very brilliant testing. In Moolya, I want to say this with your permission. In Moolya, I had projected to a client place where luckily I got accessibility testing. I had little context in Infosys where I work. This was so challenging. We had to, in US, there is a compliance called ADA. You have to American Disability Act. Any website has to be ADA compliant or else they'll sue you. So these customers, they wanted somehow this compliance to be certified. Right? They come to us and they tell, okay, this is what we have 3, A, AA, AAA, right? So in AA, when I was doing, so there is one option called where visually impaired,
Zoom in.
half, right?
Yeah.
So you should be able to see the background of the text, right? And text and the background of the image should be not so contrast. It should be very legible.
Yeah.
So how do you test these things? So we literally has to close the eyes or half and test. And every image should have an alt text,
Yeah.
right? So all these things we used to literally close and close the ears and how you hear off. So that is very challenging. If you see, there are so many things you can learn like this.
Yeah, correct.
Like that you have 38 parameters.
Correct.
Each parameter has very deep testing.
Correct.
So they can focus on this rather than jumping to.
A lot of stuff to do, and automation is one of them. Definitely. So yeah, it was great. Now that you've done 15 years software testing, you've done well fitness. If you were to choose one thing for your future that I'll only focus on this thing, what would that be?
I'll be very honest. Certainly fitness, right? Because ultimately that is what is your health. You can do like testing. You can do 10 other things.
Yeah.
If you are only into testing, you can't do anything else, or rather you can't give 100% in your testing also.
So today software testers, how can they become more healthy?
They should understand, first of all, importance of health, right? Priority, it's all priority. See, my priority, if you ask me, health is my top priority. That's how I keep on top. Number one is health. So you should keep your priority. So money, your job, your all other things, could be your family, everything comes because when you are healthy, you can do good.
Priority one, family is after that.
Health is fun, no? You are healthy. See, in flight, if you are traveling, what they tell you, put the mask, then you give it to a child.
Correct.
You can't keep your child and you can't. So it's all you. First you,
correct,
then your family. Correct. See, you are healthy, your spouse, your kids, your family will start. Automatically. They see you.
Yeah.
Children learn what the parents do. So that's why it's all top. So please, my message is, so keep this as top priority. Then everything falls. That's what I have experienced. See, for a number of sick leaves, I don't know, in Moolya, first 3.5 years, I didn't take any sick leave. Wow. That was a record. Wow. Yeah, first 3.5 years.
When was the last time you got sick?
I don't know. See, I get sick. It's not like I get sick and I'll get well. It's not like, oh, I'm worried or I go run to hospital, doctor. No. It's not like I don't get colds, fever. It comes and goes. It's like guests. They come, they leave, then they go.
Correct.
Right? So that's how it should be. So number of your productivity will go up. The energy, the vibes you get in, and the team sees you.
Correct.
Right? Okay, lead by example. That's what your team sees. Okay, they also, I want to be fit like him. Okay, let me do something. So I keep talking stand-ups. What did you do today? Give 20 minutes of your time. Go for a walk.
Correct.
What is that?
Good. Great connecting with you, Ashwath.
Thank you so much.
I'm sure there are a lot of stuff that we can still talk about, but given the time duration we have, really happy, really fortunate that we found this time today. We've been working for 6 years.
Yeah,
when was the last time we sat 40 minutes to talk about all of this? So yeah, it happens when it's supposed to happen, and it's great that it happened today. I'm sure a lot of people who are listening to us on the podcast, both audio, video, I'm guessing, will gain a lot of insight into it. And if this impacts even a 1% of their life, it's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.